here we are. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. And it's 5 o'clock somewhere fashion. I'm outside in Tel Aviv and it's basically like 8 p.m. And I'm here with Ron and Mike that are also in different time zones. Yeah. We got 9 a.m. No, we got 10 a.m. right? For Ron.
11,
11
11
a.m.
and 12.
11 and 12. There you go. All right. Well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Welcome.
Yeah.
We have a short one today. Ron Andrews, our VP of Sales, is joining us today, which is exciting. And we're talking about the big news that Fullpath dropped last week ahead of NADA. We are coming out
What
with
was it? What did we drop?
well, in case you didn't hear, Mike, we dropped the industry's first Agentic CRM, the industry's first CDP to CRM, which we'll talk about. A lot of milestones, both for Fullpath and for the industry. So let's hit it. First of all, like, what are you hearing from the field? What are people talking about ahead of NADA? Give it to us.
Yeah, I'll give you. I would say just in general on the CRM. Since I got here 4 years ago, uh, when people see the platform and they see the power of everything is connected and they get insight to their customers, and we show them the customer 360, and then we show them the AI analysis, and then we show them the email suggestions and the SMS and all that stuff. Naturally, our most requested feature, and we put out a lot of features. I think we did close to like 200 features last year. Our most requested one was, "Hey, this would be great if you guys could just take the last like 10% and become a CRM." So it was super exciting to finally make that move, and we could talk about why it makes sense and some of the really cool use cases of a blended data architecture of a CDP and a CRM. But Ron, what are you hearing from the field out there?
Yeah, I don't know if we do a meeting or a presentation for a dealer and they don't ask, like, can I just use this instead of my CRM? So a lot of buzz. My phone's been blowing up. I think all of us over the last week have just gotten a ton of texts and emails and messages. A lot of excitement building up for the show in Vegas here. And I think overall, like, look, the industry is kind of due for some new technology in the CRM space. There's been so much innovation happening with AI and the way that you can utilize agents to create better efficiency and more productivity for your teams. So the industry is ready for something new. Our platform has everything and more that a dealer could possibly need to help them drive more efficiency and more productivity through their sales team. So yeah, a lot of excitement.
Yeah. So can you dig into some of the agents that are going to be embedded in the CRM just to get the industry familiar? Like you said, industry's due for some innovation. I think also AI agents embedded in CRM is a whole new way the industry will CRM. So it's a foreign concept.
Yeah, I think what I hear from dealers most often is like the legacy CRMs require them to bolt on additional software to really have the CRM like create some of the business outcomes that they need. And all that does is add complexity and cost into their tech stack. So you think about like how you have your team managing tasks, how you're communicating with customers at scale. Are you able to personalize that? Are you understanding their ownership life cycle and where they may be at in their own ownership journey as far as equity or service intervals? Like all of those things kind of live in the CRM, but get managed in other places. And I think that's where bringing it all together, utilizing agents to help deploy your team in the right places, to help them manage their tasks and their day-to-day more effectively, more efficiently, and then to communicate at scale with your customers in a way that truly feels like you're having a personalized conversation one-to-one with every single person in your database. Like that's where agents help you unlock a completely new frontier of how automotive retail is going to function in the future.
Yeah, I would also add that we always build some secret things here. So we've actually deployed a lead handling agent, and we have it live on over 100 dealers right now, which is handling everything from inbound leads. And what's really cool, and we'll be dropping some snippets before NADA, that you can actually go in and design your agent based off of how you want it to interact. And I would also say that the connective tissue between the CRM, the CDP, to really have intelligent responses based off of what's happening, and not just like a lot of these agents are really directional, meaning I'll take the ADF and the information in there and I'll have a response. But you can do really unique things of, have you done business with us? Or, hey, I saw you in for service last week, and make it much more personable. And then, as we made the decision to really go into the CRM space, another common feedback that we got was like, hey, how can, like what Ron was saying, how can we get this in the hands of our salespeople to really use this data? Because the CDP unveils a lot more up funnel activity, and B, what's happening before people submit leads. So if you're really just going in on the directional inbound lead submission, in which the industry average is around, let's call it 2.5%, 98% of the people are actively out there just shopping and you're not aware of it. Now the CDP unveils that, and we can go up funnel to do AI responses of campaigning and audiences. So now you close the loop, as I said on my LinkedIn post that was a little cryptic before we actually launched it. Uh, it's really, really cool to actually blend all that stuff together and have native workflows to be much more efficient. And our philosophy is not to have like, one AI thing to completely run your store. If you have AI with the human, giving it interpretations of how you want it to respond, or, hey, can I tweak this? So it's a blended approach to drive efficiency, which I think is where you're really going to see some of the stuff with our CRM that's out there.
And just to hit on the AI plus human, which is a really big part of our product and our philosophy. By the way, am I still buzzing or can you hear me? Because I had to mute myself because
Are you
I was
good?
like, oh, weird. I good.
Sound all right?
Um, the one other thing that this does for Fullpath and for dealers is we're bridging the online offline for the first time, right? So we have this whole area where we're bringing this efficiency to their digital engagement, and we're, audience activation. We're creating these audiences and sending out the right message at the right time every single point in the buyer journey up until they come into the store. And then, yeah, maybe a savvy, dealer salesperson will pull up the CDP and look at that person, but it's not natural if it's not in the in-store workflows and CRM. So now for the first time, we're bringing that efficiency and that segmentation and that detail and that that data layer to the store, to the in-store process, which is absolutely huge for dealers. So I would say that's sort of the third thing here that's exciting. Again, not just for Full Vote, but actually for the dealers to be able to use and leverage for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Again, with AI
I would
human.
also, yeah, no, I agree. And I think that's where the data layer, I mean, if you go to any conference, if you hear anyone speak, your AI is only as powerful as the data that it's being read, that it's reading, right? So there's nothing more powerful than a unified view of a customer from transactional web activity, and then what drove their intent to drive the lead. Um, and that's where it becomes super powerful in order to do that. And I would also say, like, I think it's really important that although we're doing this on the CRM side, CDP is our core business, right? And the reason why we made this decision to actually, add that last, let's call it 5 to 10%, to say, hey, can we do the CRM? Can we do desking? Which we can, which we have our own desking tool that's integrated into the platform. Can we do task management? Can you leverage AI to make things? And one of the things we always want to do is, if there's a manual process at a dealership, we want to automate it, right? That's one of the things that we want to do. And I would also say that if you look at two of the largest CRMs, arguably in the world, one being Salesforce and two being HubSpot, if you look at how that they've structured either their acquisition strategy or the way that they've set up their platform from a data architecture standpoint, Salesforce started as a CRM, and they made acquisitions to actually unify and connect their data. So, Salesforce is a very large CDP with the end result of having true attribution from marketing spend to lead follow-up to then also creating those agents. The same thing with HubSpot. HubSpot would be more kind of in line with, kind of how we're approaching it. They started as a marketing automation company, and then they said, hey, we need to, go into the back end to actually control whether it be attribution or better outcomes or stuff like that. So two of the largest CRM providers in the world are doing, the same thing. And that's what we're bringing to auto. And there's so many cool use cases. I'll give you one real quick. If there's a phone call, if we go back to form submission rates, most people call the dealership. Most salespeople don't log the person in the CRM. So now what would happen is that if it comes in, our phone agent is going to pick it up and say, oh, Ron Andrews is calling. We have a partnership with Equifax that then hits the file, goes in, hits the Equifax file, and expands Ron's contact and is automatically logged into the CRM. And then we can actually expand on that. So that's like a really good use case to actually use the data to enrich, and then you can do audiencing and marketing automation behind that. But obviously I'm excited about it. So I'll stop taking up all the oxygen here. But Ron, I'll let you chime in here.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. We could probably spend the next hour going through all the different ways that a CRM that's powered through a CDP that's utilizing agents and AI applications is going to benefit our dealers. I think the most important thing that I've had conversations with dealers on over the last couple months is how do they make their employees better, faster, smarter, and provide better customer experiences. And at the core of everything that we do, and adding on the CRM element, we're going to deliver on that.
10. So we'll be back like a week or two after NADA to talk about, what we're hearing on the floor. The rumors are tons of other companies are talking about CRMs. It's going to be a big thing. So we're excited. We're going to go one by one. We'll talk about it. We'll see what else is out there. Thanks for joining the show. It's 5:00 somewhere. I know Ron has his special mug with him. I got my special mug with me right here. Cheers.
I got some
Cheers.
water in here.
Sure, Mike. We know. Bye.
See ya.